Meet the Mage Pro. This is the latest edition from HUDEF Pro series. This is by far the best value in pickleball. This paddle is only $99. With our pirate discount, you get an additional 15% off. That makes this an $84 paddle. But when I talk about what this paddle brings to the table, it's one of the best values you'll find out there. So this is we're going to call it a Gen 1.5. The Gen 1 paddles were the carbon face paddles. Then Gen 2 came out where we started doing the thermoformed edges with foam in it and the carbon face, and then the unibody, which brought the face all the way down the paddle handle. Now, this is not a unibody, so the paddle face stops here. I'll show you a picture here. The paddle face does not come all the way down into the handle, but it is thermoformed, so it is sealed all the way around the edges with foam injected into it. You can see there's here. So you can see that the face is blended right here, so the face does not come all the way down the paddle handle, but it's a nice blend job there. And then you can see that the edges are sealed, and you can see from the pictures here that we're showing you that the foam is all the way down in here, and you can see the thermoform because it curves in here, and you can see the foam that's injected inside before they seal the outside here. So this paddle here is 116 on the swing weight. It's got a twist weight of 6.57. We'll get into that in a little bit. It is a 16.5 length with a 7.4 inch width, and it's got a 5.35 inch handle length. And so this really feels comfortable for the two-handed backhand. It does give you a little bit of room up here. You can still put your hand up here on the paddle face, and this feels very comfortable. And the grip size on this is actually only 4 1/8 inch. So 4.125 inch handle makes it a little bit smaller. So for the ladies, this is a really comfortable paddle, and with the purple edge, obviously it has a nice look to it that the ladies might like.
Yeah, I kind of rolled that one right into the net. But because of the smaller handle, I found myself having to adjust a little bit because I'm used to about 4 1/4 inch. This is 4 1/8, so really good for the ladies' hands. Like this is really, look at the touch shot there. I was able to get Jamie out of position and then put pressure on Louis, but my partner missed it. So the smaller grip on this is going to be perfect for the ladies. You're really going to be able to not have to put any over grips on it. It's perfect for the smaller hands. So if you got smaller hands, this paddle is perfect for those of us with smaller hands.
But let's talk about the performance of the Mage and what they did with it. So the Viva Pro was a normal standard shape. Now this is a hybrid shape. Now the hybrid shape is where they're rounding the top. And this is supposed to give it a little bit more aerodynamic feel. And I gotta say, with this paddle up in the kitchen and some of the shots up there, I did feel like my hands were quicker on my hands battles. I was able to get the paddle over the ball. It felt more, and this may just be in my head, but I think with this body shape and the size of the handle, I felt really comfortable with this paddle. The other thing that I'll just point out before I show you some of the clips here is this paddle has plenty of pop. So I was very impressed for me holding basically an $84 paddle in my hand. The performance I got out of this paddle was on par with a lot of the top end paddles. So I gotta say, they've done a good job with the construction. You can look at the carbon face ply here, the normal tight weave pattern here that is becoming common with the carbon face paddle, and they've done really good with this Viva line. The other thing I appreciate about this company is they're not trying to break the bank. Right? They're not charging an arm and a leg for these paddles. They are, part of the manufacturers in China, so they can get these parts a little bit cheaper, and they're selling it accordingly. So they're basically giving us a high value paddle for a low end price, which I really appreciate out of any company. But let's talk about the performance here. With this paddle, I was able to just pick it up and run with it.
All right, this is my first time playing with the Mage. Right off the bat, I'm realizing it's a really good, well-rounded paddle.
I found myself being very comfortable with anything that was defensive. So if I was in a dink battle, I was able to keep the ball low. I was able to roll my shots with the dinks, so I was able to hit good cuts. I was able to hit good roll shots with the dinks. I was able to hit good attacks and even mask the attacks with it. I felt like this paddle was very quick in my hands when I was playing with it. At the kitchen, really, really great. Resets, I felt really comfortable with any resets, any control shots anywhere on the court. This paddle was performing perfect for me.
Really felt like this paddle was able to really put it wherever I wanted. Super good control. I really could not tell this is a $90 paddle. Ridiculous for the 15% discount that we can get this paddle to people for $84. Like it is definitely worth that. horrible positioning there. That definitely was the naughty paddle. Really good stability on the blocks. You see, I was able to just put the paddle out there and let the ball bounce off of it, and it didn't twist in my hands.
I was able to reset. I was able to hit third shot drops. I was able to get myself to the kitchen line and then get into a dink battle pretty effectively with this paddle.
Drops there. Look at that. That thing dropped in. So really good spin with this hybrid shape. I was able to really roll my shots well. Able to put a lot of pressure on them. That one there, I just painted the edge of the line. Just really felt like I could reach out and place the ball wherever I wanted to. So really good performance with the control on this paddle. And then I'm able to put some pressure on it. Like, it's got 116 swim weight, so really good plow through for a hybrid shaped paddle.
But I'll say what impressed me more than anything was the power out of this paddle. I was able to put the ball away with it. I was able to hit really good drives with it that had really good dip. You can look at some of the drives here. I'll talk you through some of the shots here as we watch me play a little.
Yeah, I like this. They're really quick and it has plenty of power. Like, I was very impressed with the power on this paddle. I was able to just hit a nice little backhand slap there on Louis. And nice, easy returns. Like, if I got myself in the right position, this paddle was really performant. I mean, I really could not tell it was a... Look at that dip shot there. That's where I didn't hit a whole lot of drives through the first couple games with this, but as I started getting comfortable with it and being able to roll that ball, man, you see the dip that I got on that. Good turns, capable, then able to just turn it right into touch shots. Partner kind of left me hanging there on that one. You see how I'm able to really just put some pressure on them and be able to get it all the way back to the back line pretty effectively. And this is really the first game I'm playing with this paddle, so I was pretty impressed out of the gate with it. Really good touch around the kitchen. Able to put a little pressure on them and then be able to come right back and hit a touch shot. Good blocking there. I caught that one on the very end of the paddle and it still blocked really well. This is the second game playing with it. Getting into some more dink battles here. Really good control of the dinks. Able to just really put it. I wanted to keep them on the inside. There's that little wrist snap I was talking about, like really good top spin and able to just roll the wrist over with this.
So as you can see from me playing, this paddle is a performer, especially for the price. So if you got a present you need to get and you don't want to break the bank and you want to get something affordable, hey, $84 out the door is not a bad price. Don't forget to leave your comments. I want to say thank you to HUDEF for sending us this paddle to review, and thank you for those of you that are using our code. That helps us keep the lights on, helps us keep bringing you this great content so you can make good choices on your paddle purchases. If you want to see some of our other reviews or some of the other paddles we rep, check these out.